powered by the U.S. Army. There's strong, and then there's Army Strong. Learn more about the U.S. Army at GoArmy.com. Now, let's go live to Studio East.
Hello, how's it going? I am Sino. Welcome to Studio East, and let's give it up for Tom Kiefer. And company, I should say. We've got lots of other
Kiefer
people
Band.
here. Yeah, Tom
Kiefer
Kiefer Band. There we go. Welcome, everyone. For everybody out in radio world, we've got a full house here today. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
You've got two shows coming up here right in the area. Tomorrow night in Milwaukee at the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. And then we've got the other show at the Arcada Theater in St. Charles on November 2nd. So if you're interested, that's where Tom Kiefer Band will be playing. So how's the tour been so far?
Oh, it's been great. We've been out since July, just kind of hitting it nonstop. And prior to that, we'd been out for quite a few years forming and growing and becoming a band, and then we finally got off the road last year and made the new record, Rise.
So, yeah, that's what I was going to get into here. I watched the video for The Death of Me, and I thought it was pretty awesome. It kind of explains all the trouble and stuff that you were going through these past few years, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's the struggles and challenges of life that we all go through, and we put on that TV screen my story, or some of my stories by way of example, but what we hope is when people watch that video, they envision their own challenges and destroy them with a hammer or a guitar or whatever. That felt really good to do that. So we hope it inspires people to overcome anything that they're struggling with.
For sure. And what were some of the struggles that you faced when writing this album?
Well, I think writing comes. You can't always pinpoint exactly what inspired one song because it's a culmination of experiences, of your own experiences, a culmination of observations that you see other people go through. All the songs for this record were written from the inception of this band, so there wasn't anything left over from my past, even from the last solo record. So I think the inspirations came on the road, and we're a pretty tight-knit family, and we've all been through collectively and individually some challenges, and we've held each other up through it. So I think that theme that's common through the record, that's strength in adversity, I think is what inspired it. And as a band on the road, we've been through a lot of it, observed a lot of it. So
yeah, and you kind of just explained it right there. It was like a clean slate, like it's your guys' story. It's nothing from the past or any of that. You're now building new stories and whatnot for this album.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we want to hear
brand new material.
Yeah, that's what I dig. So, can we hear some music? You want to play us a song? Let's do it.
We were going to do The Death of Me on the acoustic guitars, which is a very different version, but it's interesting. So.
We're in.
All right. We ready? Cat crossing through my highway, a dark spell never gonna break. Suck me dry with your dead man eyes. There ain't nothing left for you to take. No
shoot me with disease. You ain't gonna
95 Will Rock. Studio East performance from the Tom Kiefer Band. I am Sino, thanks to the U.S. Army. That was pretty awesome. I dig it.
Oh, thanks.
So
A little more of a minstrel version.
It was definitely good. So, The Way Life Goes, that was an album that took a while for you to write, I heard. Was the album Rise, did that come as easy, or was that more difficult to write?
The two records were completed or created completely differently. The first one that you mentioned, The Way Life Goes, didn't start out as a record. Savannah and I were producing songs in our studio at home with session players. There was no band. And it eventually evolved into a record over a period of working on it on and off for like 9 years. And so that's how that one came together. Now this one, when we started touring to support that record, this band came into being. So we toured for 6 years and grew our chemistry on and off stage. And, so when we decided last year when we got off the road, it's like, let's make a record. This was a very different experience. We took those song ideas that kind of came about through those 6 years of being a band, and we locked out a tracking room in Nashville, and we all set up in this very small, cozy room, all in the same room together, headphones on, head down, hit record, and we really went for performances because we were straight off the tour trail. So a lot of the record is live right from the tracking dates. Some of the songs even from the drums straight up through my lead vocal. So I would say on this record, probably the easiest record I ever made. This band is extremely inspiring,
yeah,
and incredible musicians and singers, and they were a pleasure to make a record with. I mean, it just came together like that.
So the dynamic with all of you guys just worked out really good
Yeah.
and well, easily.
Yeah, fewest overdubs I think ever on a record.
That's cool.
And when we did some, obviously, but
Yeah.
we were trying to preserve that performance that we went for, as much of it as we could, and you fix some things, you save some things, so that's how.
And you mentioned Nashville. What made you relocate? Did you relocate to Nashville, or did you just go there for recording?
I started writing with people in Nashville in the mid-'90s when the music scene was shifting, and my former band had lost its record deal, as did a lot of bands, so I was kind of looking for a shot in the arm and fresh blood, and I moved there and started writing, and Savannah and I started writing together. She was actually there before me, and then we became an item and got married, hitched, and she's my partner in all things crime and music, and so...
That's awesome.
And that led to the first record, and then the first record led to this band and this group of people, and this is how we got here.
So can you explain The Death of Me to everybody? Like you're basically saying in that song?
I think it's an anthem to overcome whatever is keeping you down. And like I said, if you mentioned the video.
Yeah, the video is very inspiring as far as, and it explains a lot because you went through a lot with your vocal cords and stuff like that, right? Didn't you have a problem?
Yeah, vocal issues. I mean, I was told I was never sing again. Lawsuits. The industry is just, it's life though, and I've had physical conditions. I've had overcome the falling apart of my former band, which was not fun to get over, but I'm fortunate to have a new band that I really love. So, but I want to emphasize again that I'm not unique in challenges in life. Everybody that walks this planet has their challenges. So this song is for everyone to find the light in that dark, and we put my story on that television screen by way of example because the fans are familiar with a lot of the things I've been through, so it makes it relatable when they see you overcoming them. So
of course,
hopefully that becomes
and
an inspiration
too.
to them too, whatever, be it illness or, your ex, your boss, whatever, whatever's keeping you down, right? Like, don't let it be the death of you. So.
Well, I love it. It's definitely an inspiring message, and it looks like, you guys are having fun together out on the road. Any trouble that you guys have gotten into? Any crazy road stories? Any crazy drivers? Anybody trying to egg your boss?
Some crazy drivers.
What do you got?
Yeah. Well, now we've had some crazy drivers.
Why, these guys are laughing on the end over here.
Home immediately.
Did you have a crazy bus driver?
I'm told from other people that I know that tour that crazy drivers are not uncommon. We've heard a lot of stories about that, and I've certainly had plenty throughout the years, and we have with this band too. So
It seems like you guys just fired somebody or something. He's shaking his head over here, like. We don't want to bring that up. That's all right. So. If you had to be on a game show, what game show would you kick ass in?
what one would I be good at?
Yeah, like what would you be awesome
I don't know.
at?
These guys are smarter than me. Ask them, because I think I would lose on any of them.
You think you'd lose on like Family Feud? I think I'd do great at
Yeah, I don't know anything.
Wheel of Fortune. That would be my game. I'm horrible at Jeopardy, so I mean.
She knows a lot. She would.
What would your
she
game
would
be,
win,
Shannon?
and he would probably win. Tony or Savannah.
Yeah.
I think.
And one person, we would probably send.
Tony would
To
go.
represent the-
It would just be Music Jeopardy.
Okay.
I'm trying to find my water.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for coming out today. You think you got one more song for us?
Yes, we do have.
We
one
would
more
love
song.
it.
Let me take a sip of water.
Yeah, for
here,
sure.
but-
Give us a little
Yeah,
intro.
we were going
of
to do
this.
"Shelter Me."
Okay.
You know,
Cool.
it's, one of the Cinderella. I don't know
I
what
heard
they call
some
them
little
these days.
sound checking
Classics,
session
faves,
there.
hits, whatever. Which we also do a lot of those in the show as well as our stuff, because those songs are very much a part of me. I wrote them, sang them, did the majority of the guitar work, was involved in the production. So people ask me a lot of times, do you ever get tired of singing those songs? It's like, no, I don't at all.
They're your
Everyone still
songs.
wants to hear them. So that's part of our show as well. So the live show is a blend of new and old.
And I heard that you collaborated with Lizzie Hale, by the way, for one of your Cinderella songs. Did you?
On Nobody's Fool, yeah.
That's
Which
pretty
was-
cool. How was that? She's a fun girl to work with, right?
She's an amazing singer, great person. Love the whole band, Hailstorm.
Of
I
course.
love their records. And yeah, we cut Nobody's Fool with Lizzie, with this band. And yeah, it was a blast. She when you're singing with her, you need to step up. So it's like,
Yeah.
it's that thing like, okay, I got to bring it now, because that voice is like a weapon.
Hell yeah.
So, but yeah, no, it was great. Really fun.
Cool. All right. Again, Tom Kiefer Band here live in studio. He's going to do another performance for us right now.
Everybody needs a little melody night. Somewhere to call around, but nobody inside. Every now and then, we need to let it go. Some of them down, down, need a rock and roll. Some is a bomb, some is a bell. Some people in the Bible, it's giving in the real. Now they're supposed to feel it, and all I wanna see. Living on their lives, before it runs in me, we all need a little shelter, just a little helper to get us by. We all need a little shelter, just a little helper. Ooh, it'll be alright. Chugging in the bottom, vision in his open eye. When another blows the rain, another year will rise. There might be some ashes, treating him as red wife. Triple and one against the record in the street. She said she saw the devil on an MTV. Look into the cabinet, changeable energy. Just like Jimmy Skeletons, and he's been on the street. We need a little shelter, just a little helper to get us by. We all need a little shelter, just a little helper. Ooh, it'll be alright. Some it's a needle, some it's a pill. Some people read the Bible 'cause it's giving them a thrill. You can spend your money before you win your pay. The toss of the dice, give it all away. We all need a little shelter, just a little helper to get us by. We all need a little shelter, just a little helper. Ooh, it'll be alright. We all need a little shelter, just a little helper. Ooh, it'll be alright. Alright. We all need a little shelter, just a little helper. Ooh, it'll be alright. We all need a little shelter, just a little helper. Ooh, it'll be alright. We all need a little shelter, just a little helper. Ooh, it'll be
Thank you.
U.S. Army. Thank you guys so much for
Thank
coming
you.
out today.
Thank you.
Again, if you want to check out the Tom Kiefer Band, they've got a show tomorrow night in Milwaukee at Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. Show starts at 8. And then also in St. Charles at the Arcada Theater. And that is on November 2nd. So it looks like you guys are going to Milwaukee, then up to Minnesota, then back down, right? So. All right, cool. Well, thank you again. Give it up one more time for the Tom Kiefer Band live in Studio East.
Thank you.
Last call for the 95.